How's it going, everybody? This is Platt Reviews, and today we're going to be taking a look at the genre-blending artist Brakence, and why I think he has the potential of being one of the biggest artists in the near future. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for watching. I do reviews, reactions, topic videos, lo-fi edits, and more, so if you like what you hear, please consider subscribing and turning on post notifications. Also, give this video a like and comment below if there's another artist you'd like me to review. Also, I've been way more active on Facebook and Instagram lately, so if you want music recommendations or just to see what I'm up to, you can go ahead and follow me on both. It is at Platt Reviews. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the review. I want to take you back to a simpler time. Picture this. You are in your senior year of high school. You're in the final stretch, a few months before graduation, with not a care in the world. You and your friends commonly cruise around your hometown, and at this point, life is at its peak, and it can't get any better. But there's this looming feeling that after graduation, you may never see your friends again, and your life will change from that very moment. College may be something pressured onto you, either by your teachers, your family, or yourself. And this pressure causes you to rethink your goals in life. What are the things that you value? What do you want to spend the rest of your life doing? What makes you happy? And is it okay to be unsure and take risks? I think that the 18-year-old artist Brakence describes this feeling extremely well in his music. The song Dropout describes the feelings of being stuck in college and dropping out just 2 weeks after starting, to pursue his dreams of music, despite the disapproval of the people around him.
Dropped out, I was 17, now I got more freedom than I've ever seen.
This is a difficult thing that many people at that age struggle with, and many use self-medication as a way to cope with these looming decisions and responsibilities. And this is described heavily in Dropout, as well as Prozac and Fuckboy, where he describes college as a pain.
Shouldn't fall in love and I shouldn't go to college. Gotta fight off for the pain he made in August.
This album also discusses growing up in the internet age and a search for self-discovery after months, if not years, of lust, which is a relatable thing for many people in their adolescence. In the track FWB, which stands for Friends with Benefits, the song starts with,
"Turn the lights on, I can stay a while, but you wanna get me off,"
which talks about people who Brakence formerly associated with just wanting to kick him out after getting what they wanted, instead of getting to know him. In the pre-chorus, it has the line,
"Keep it low-key, only rule is staying open. I'm like, where my line go, you just stole it."
And many high school and college-aged individuals get wrapped up in hookup culture. And a common thing is that some people living this lifestyle are unhappy and are looking for commitment. And this year, in 2020, Brakence was looking to focus on himself after a relationship that seemed to help him but change who he is, as seen in Rosier.
And I fell apart in that bed. What we built isn't me, won't put it back together again.
But the song erupts in Punk 2, when it's noticeable that he still misses that connection with the person. But now that she's gone, he has no choice but to work on himself.
Moved on, you don't need me now. Now I gotta figure me out.
The recurring mention of the term fuckboy is noticed heavily in this album, and by definition, it's a term that is used to describe someone interested in casual hookups, and maybe calling himself this represents his own internal struggle. After a breakup, the natural response is to explore your options and jump into something new, regardless of whether you are ready for it or not. And in a society revolving around immediate happiness, it's difficult to focus on yourself and take time to care for your own well-being. The music that Brakence has released represents the struggle people in high school and college go through, and he shows a lot of vulnerability in his music. So it's very easy to attach to Brakence as an artist. But Despite this being a huge factor, this isn't the main reason why I think Brakence is the future of pop music. Here's why. Okay, what do you think is the most popular genre of music right now? Is it A, hyperpop? B, emo rap? C, indie rock?
I'm just a girl, alone in my room. I'm quirky, random, and all of my lampshades are paper-based.
Or D, punk? Okay, so you've come up with your choice, and the answer is... It's kind of hard to say. But what we can say is that Brakence is a combination of all four. Brakence blends many genres, including the ones mentioned, plus alternative, bubblegum bass, and anti-pop. And during a time where the ideas of genres are being broken down, Brakence cannot be at a better time in his career. Having a similar fanbase as artists like Guardin,
I kinda knew I'd be here all alone, but I never thought I'd do this shit and do it on my own.
or Nothing Nowhere.
Everything you ever told me, lied in my face on the daily. I'm up on my own.
But also pushing into the world of artists like Eden,
Right. You lost your voice, you couldn't sing, you couldn't talk.
or 100 gecs. Brakence has a wide variety of sounds while still maintaining to be unique. And this variety, but similarity in his songs, is what creates a fluent album and a unique listening experience. There's something really special about his music. It's very raw in the standard of any kind of emo rap or pop album, but it's very clean in the concept of a punk album. It's really the best of both worlds. The inclusion of voice cracks and going off key at times helps separate him from other pop stars, not being afraid of imperfections. A common occurrence in his songs is to start very mellow and build up to a bass-heavy final verse.
I don't know what's gotten into me. Ever since I stopped pretending it was history.
Something similar to the structure of a 100 gecs song breaking down at the end. And the collaboration of Brakence and Brady on the song Sauce in the Rough could not have happened at a better time, as 100 gecs are quickly becoming a well-known name in the music world.
All over your main thing, and it's getting crowded for a nerd like me. I need space.
As hyperpop is very rapidly growing as a genre, Brakence could be considered an introductory artist into the scene, just as Pierce the Veil or Sleeping with Sirens welcomed many people into the post-hardcore world a decade prior. As Brakence is easily accessible for those not familiar in the genre, while still having a great song structure and excellent songwriting. The 18-year-old artist has been able to capture the ears of over 400,000 monthly listeners on Spotify alone with creativity of a genius, and while not being afraid to try new things. Prozac, the 8th track on the album, is a bass-heavy hyperpop track with a lot of pitch-shifting vocals. And the song immediately after on the album is Ginger Tea, an emotional indie rock inspired track.
I always whisper what you want, and it was right here all along.
And being able to creatively express without the regard of any bubble or genre you must fit in may turn fans away from certain songs, but it may also allow your fans to be welcomed into sounds they may not be familiar with. And with Brakence, he has opened the door for a new wave of pop music, unafraid of sounding too weird, but instead, they are unapologetically themselves, and fans gravitate to the honesty and who they are as a person, which also connects to the artist's work. And the relationship that an artist has to their fans is becoming closer and closer with the rise of social media. And not holding anything back in the art that he creates is something that makes Brakence very, very special. To close this video off, let's take a look at a lyric from the song Rosier that explains the growth of Brakence and the ability to grow as a person.
There's too many people that I have done wrong and that I owe my thanks to for sticking along.
This lyric describes a plan to become a better person and using this year as a chance to regroup and regrow. And many different people are constantly striving for this. The person you were in the past does not represent the person you are now. Constantly keep pushing and pursuing your own happiness, because at the end of the day, you choose your own happiness in your own way through this life. Thanks for watching.